Hello, friends. My name is Jimbo Ivy, and on behalf of the City of Corvallis Parks and Recreation Department, I'd like to welcome you to the virtual cornucopia of Zoom entertainment that we loosely refer to as Quarantainment at the Majestic Theater. Whether you're here for Majestic Peace Theater, Friday Night Funny, or our Sunday Playwriting Showcase, I'd like to thank you for helping keep our performers, writers, and technicians engaged with your patronage of these free performances. Since the pandemic began, we've had dozens of these performances, and they represent hundreds of hours of work by hundreds of volunteers and staff in very challenging circumstances. A pandemic, a racial justice revolution, conflagrations, a seemingly endless string of tragedies, and yet they come back every week to bring their passions to our community. Why? Because they are majestic. And so are you. And we need your help to keep the show going during this bizarre year of 2020. In order for the Majestic to keep arts and culture alive in our community, we need you. We need you to keep coming to our free shows, but also we need you to buy tickets to our live-streamed paid performances. We have such shows planned for every month through the end of our season, but without your support, we won't be able to make them or continue to support our free content. With our Pick What You Pay model, you can pay as little as $10 to see them, or if you can, pay as much as you like. We need you to share with your friends and family how much you enjoy these shows and encourage them to catch the next performance and the one after that. And for those of you that are able, please consider donating to the Majestic now or during our holiday donation drive. Because of reduced revenues, we have cut our staffing and spending to the bone, but we still have a donation goal of $100,000 to hit this year to make it. So, if you can give, please give. We have struggled before at the Majestic, as all arts venues do, but now is the time, my friends. Now is when we need you the most. And we'll make it. Why? Because we, all of us together, are majestic.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our show that we're doing. It's been so long since we've seen each other. It's been a very, very stress-free year, as evidenced by my glorious hair. We're all just feeling very young and youthful, and it's just been a happy time, very relaxing. All of us are relaxed a lot. We just hung out. We all care still. I mean, we're not wearing Snuggies on a live show for real people. But no, we are here. And you know what? You're right. It's time to think positively. Time to move on. Take the Snuggie off because it's improv time. That's right, improv. What is improv? Some of you might be wondering. Improv means that everything that you see here tonight is going to be made up on the spot. That's right. We may have practiced some of the games, the ideas of them, but we need your help to be able to do shows like this. So that's why in the comments, every once in a while, I'm going to be asking you for suggestions. But if you have an idea for a suggestion, please feel free to just comment it there right now. I'm reading them right now. You're giving me all of the great ideas for how we can make this show important and special for you, and keep you involved, because we like doing shows for people. We're used to being in bars and theaters, and now we're just in your living rooms or your bathrooms. Probably you're watching this while you're on the toilet, and that's fine. There's no judgment from us. We're happy to be there. So we're just gonna get this kicked off with our first game called LOL Haven't Seen It. When you're talking to someone and you're talking about maybe like a show, and then they start to chime in and they're giving you these ideas about the show, and you're like, you've not seen this show, but they're so confident in it that it's kind of funny. Well, we're going to do that for you. And we're just going to, take some suggestions for shows and movies, and we're going to go for it. So our first suggestion that we've accepted is The Golden Girls. That's right. LOL, haven't seen it. The Golden Girls. On your marks, get set, go.
Being Midas touch you too? Yeah, it's a hard life.
Well, I get high-fived a lot, so it's not really that bad.
Yeah. I still regret my decision.
Could be worse.
Yeah, I am totally ready for this shower. I have held it in all day, got a full bladder, all ready to go. Okay, it's starting. God. Okay.
And that was, yes. What up, girl?
Hey. Are you all shining there?
Mm-hmm. It's a new bronzer I'm trying.
Yeah.
You know, I normally go with pastel white, just paste white. And this time when I was there, they were like, maybe you should sparkle it up. And I went with gold.
Well, you are positively radiating and it's hurting my eyes.
Yeah. Oh, great. I'm like the sun. That was the Golden Girls. Our next suggestion that we're going to do, LOL, I haven't seen it, is the movie Pretty Woman. That's right, the movie Pretty Woman.
Yeah, so they just told me to just sit here and be pretty, so here I am. I'm getting paid $200,000 a year.
Life was hard for me being a supermodel. Growing up in middle school, I had to get a lot of teasing from how pretty I was, and all the boys just looked at me all the time.
Bro, I can't believe you're sitting here just opening up to me about all your feelings. That's Pretty Woman of you.
We went around and told every single woman we saw that they were a pretty woman, and we recorded their reactions. Here are some women we recorded. Hey lady.
Yeah?
You two ladies right there walking, yes. You two are the prettiest women I've ever seen.
That is so
Wait, yeah,
sweet.
that's great. Which one's prettier, though?
Oh, we never got asked this. Bring the cameras out.
And that was Pretty Woman. Let's do one more for our dear, sweet audience friends. Let's do, okay, I'm reading through the, yeah, we haven't really done like a kid's movie yet. Let's do Ratatouille. Ratatouille, that's right, Ratatouille.
What is this? You think I'm a peasant? I don't want a bunch of vegetables.
Man, it's just, I was so attached to the main character the whole movie. I can't believe they would turn him into food.
And in this documentary from 2020, you can see the obvious symptoms of that flu. The ratatouille.
Ratatouille, oh Rudy, Ratatouille, oh Rudy, Ratatouille.
It's about a rat society where rats can cook too. Mom, you just don't get it. Rats are people too.
And on that shocking revelation, that was Ratatouille. I think I'm gonna lie, and we're gonna do one more. And I threw a comment in the comment section asking for new suggestions, but I'm gonna ask it now, so that way you can start typing them while we do this last one. The next suggestions I need are childhood memories, your favorite smells, a dream job, and a relationship between two people. While we say, LOL, haven't seen it, to The Simpsons.
Oh, 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 oh,
Yeah, baby. Let me open this door for you. Oh, wait. Don't take a step. Here, let me lay out my jacket for you. Wait. Let me just carry you across this puddle over your own jacket. I got you, baby. Don't worry. Everything I got for you. I live and breathe for you.
Father, simp, my brothers and I will carry.
We've got prawns, we've got shrimp gumbo, we've got shrimp flambe. Yeah, just anything you want. It's right on the menu. Welcome to Shrimpsons.
Oh, the main guy is a baker, right? He always is saying dough.
It's me, Lisa.
I caramba. No sé. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Más cerveza, por favor. No? Oh, okay.
Eat my ass. Or whatever they say.
And that was The Simpsons. And that was LOL haven't seen it. Because you definitely haven't seen it. All right. We are going to play a game that is difficult for me to keep track of in person, let alone on Zoom. So I promise I'm not really this dumb. But if you want to judge my intelligence just based off a game, I guess do this one and just have fun with it. So I need Naomi, Brian, Orianna, and Jake to show up for a fun, casual game called Shift Left. Now, Shift Left, normally we're in like a square. There's two people in the front. There's two people in the back. They do scenes together, two at a time. It switches all the time. And it's very mathematical because, once again, very good at math, very smart. But it's a little more confusing on here. So we're going to do our best, okay? So for our first scene, it's going to be, hold on, my little thing disappeared. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's going to be Naomi and Brian for our first scene. And their suggestion is going to be this great one that our dear friend John Carone gave that did not answer any of the questions I asked. It's just too great of a line, and I can't ignore it. It just says, a man fails to spell the last word in a spelling bee and goes on a quest to beat up France. I want you to take that as you will. I feel like there's a lot to unpack there. In no way did it answer any of my questions, but it was just so good and unique. Thank you, John Carone. So that's for Brian and Naomi, or I should say Naomi and Brian, so I don't get confused because I'm already getting confused. Our next duo is going to be Brian and Orianna, and their suggestion is just old books. Old books. That's easy. Everybody knows what old books are. Hopefully, I mean, for at least a little while longer before we get rid of books. For our next duo is going to be Orianna and Jake. And your suggestion is just superhero, supervillain. Take that as you will. That's a fun one. You can probably join the MCU at this point, or maybe the DCU. They seem to not be doing great, so they might need new characters. And then for our last duo, which is Jake and Naomi, your suggestion is just Cat Lady. Yeah, that's right. Cat Lady. So let's turn off your cameras, and then we'll call you in your pairs so people can get an idea of who those pairs are. So when Naomi and Brian, or Orianna, just turn off that camera real quick so I can summon you when it's your turn to give your suggestion again. Yeah, no, we can do this. We've done Zoom. For Naomi and Brian, when they're on stage together, their suggestion is
guy gets the last word of a spelling bee wrong
and goes on
a rampage in France.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. When Brian and Orianna are in a scene, it's going to be
old books.
Doable. And when Orianna and Jake are in a scene,
supervillain,
Supervillain and superhero.
Great. And when Jake and Naomi are in a scene, it's going to be
Cat Lady.
All right. And in order to switch these scenes, we're going to stick with our usual trigger word of shift left. So on your mark, get set. Naomi and Brian, it's all you. Oh, God.
So I heard that Hitler's real motivation in World War II was spelling bee angst?
If
you read between the lines in his book, all is written there is baguette.
That must have been where he went wrong.
Shift left.
Will you please read this to me? Carl, you're my favorite grandson. Just read me the story of how me and your grandmother met. Start at the beginning.
I can't just read through the dictionary. Aardvark. Is that something to do with you and Grandma?
You gotta read, you gotta add more to it.
You've got a bunch of pages ripped out here. After the first page, it goes straight to the cues. But I can't follow anything that happened in your relationship.
This book has seen a lot, and this book has felt a lot. It has touched a lot.
I see the word affair is just circled a bunch of times. Is there something there?
Shift left.
You have fallen right into my trap, and now my scheme will go off, and everybody's in the world's pants will fall to the ground at once.
Can you do more exposition? I just think you went that a little too quickly, and not enough time has passed.
Back when I was a wee lass, I
shift left.
Yeah, so just on your profile, I guess you just look different when you aren't completely covered in cats. This isn't what I signed up for, but we'll continue the dinner. Maybe I'll just eat the bread since you've licked my entree.
Oh, I thought it was a cat. We're really close.
It's spaghetti. I don't see how it's a cat. It looks like a cat at all.
It's cool. I'm glad that you're still here after 5 minutes. Most people just cut and run after they see you and the crew.
I would never. It would break my heart to have wasted $13 on this spaghetti.
Shift left.
The general is very interested that we have taken Paris, and his only orders were to make Eiffel spelt right.
Oh.
I don't know how to spell it any different. It's right there, Eiffel. Maybe he wants an I in it?
It looks right. E-F-F-E-I-L.
No, I think he just wants no E at the front. He's so confused. That's the only reason we come here.
Oh, this is why you are the general.
Shift left.
You see, when your grandmother and I first got together, we were very young. And so it was really important that we opened up the marriage to really make sure that what we had was special. And what one person calls an affair, another person calls a very intense and pleasurable and a once-in-a-lifetime orgasm.
All right, well, that explains why.
And that is why I want everybody's pants to fall down. How'd I do? Was that enough exposition?
No, that was
too much.
Half an hour, and somebody should have been here by now.
Shift left.
I knew taking you back to my place was a bad idea. That's my couch you're tearing up.
Shift left.
Mein Herr?
Yes?
I do not know why it is such a big deal that I want to name our child Timoteo. It's too hard to spell?
I've no problems with Timoteo. It's just got to be spelt right. With lots of A's and no H's.
My head. No H's is okay.
Yeah, I get all of that. You've pasted in multiple pages that just have the word cuckold circled. But
oh, that's not glue.
Front to back, Naomi and Jake, you're up.
Meow, 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 meow,
honey, this is okay. I'm sorry to break such a tender moment, but it's about our son.
Is he okay?
He's gonna be fine, but he has a cat allergy.
And scene. That's right. On that stunning revelation of a cat allergy. Horrifying. Absolutely horrifying for that poor cat lady. Oh, I should have asked you all to get another suggestion. I'm doing very good at this. I'll delay. We're going to do another type of game for you. Traditionally, we do these short form games like you've just seen. She left. LOL, haven't seen it. Those are both short form, but we want to show that we can do some longer games. Really, flex our creative muscles. It's been so long since we've got to be in your living rooms with you, or your bathrooms, as we've decided before. So for this, I just need a suggestion of your favorite holiday tradition. That's right. In those comments, just tell me, what's your favorite holiday tradition? I'm going to type that. Your favorite holiday tradition. Let's see, master typer. We're going to do something a little bit longer. We're going to have we have a special guest that's with us tonight, and they are going to take that suggestion and craft it into a beautiful story. And those stories will inspire us to do some long scenes to really show you that we really do make this all up on the spot, because it's not just, we can't just do this very easily. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of skill. As you've seen, we're masters at turning off our videos and audios and coming back in, and we're masters at all of this. So we're going to do that. Our special monologist, I don't think I said that right. Orianna, did I say that right? Orianna, monologist, no?
Oh, yeah, no, you absolutely said that right. We will also take monologist, but some people might not agree.
Okay, so it's up in the air. Monologist, monologist, either one. We have a very special guest, Irene. Some of you might know Irene. Irene, feel free to just pop in, give a quick wave. Irene, as you all know, the burlesque performer that kind of started off as a joke and then never learned to quit making jokes. And that's something that obviously we endorse, because we've never learned to stop making jokes. So thank you for being here, Irene. And I'm working on getting you a suggestion. Great sweater, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Is that a llama?
It is a llama.
Oh my God. I love
llamas.
Because
happy llama days.
Yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, great choice on the llama. And okay, your suggestion, Irene, is going to be playing a bunch of board games to stay awake until New Year's. Take that as you will. Irene is going to do one monologue, we'll do a scene, then they'll come back and do another monologue, and then we'll do another scene, and then they'll come back one last time, and then we'll do one last scene. And then you'll just have a great time. So Irene, I'm going to go away so you can talk. Thank you so much. Au revoir. Gosh dang it. I keep clicking on the wrong screen, and then when I try to turn off my video, it doesn't go.
So board games to stay up. I never stay up playing board games because I'm a very competitive person. And so I normally can only get people to play one round of games with me. So my favorite board game is Connect 4. It's not really a board. And then the next one I think is Battleship. And so I thought that it was going to be a really cool idea to try to play either of those board games with a robotics PhD student, right? Like that was like very a pride moment for him. And so I played Connect Four and I beat him 5 times in a row. And he looks at me and I'm like, I know, like this is funny for both of us. Especially because I just like keep trash talking and like that's only gonna make this really good for us. Then we immediately go into Battleship, you know, and he's like, oh, strategies, that's my big thing. And I'm like, all right, let's do this. And so we keep playing game, right? And I beat him because I'm really good at board games because I'm competitive and distract you by my competitiveness. I can just watch his face fall, right? I was like, I keep getting the little things on the top, right? You have to put very carefully so they don't all fall down. And it comes to the very end, he sees it, closes it down, and he's like, nope, I'm good. And it just like will forever remind me of when my first girlfriend.
I'm having a great first date. Thank you so much, Jonathan.
Yeah, you're welcome, sweetie.
Yeah. Who do you think can finish that drink first?
That one? Well, you know me, I don't think I can. Okay, yeah, it was you. Wow. That was impressive. That was good. How did you just like open your throat or?
I'm a little competitive. I have like 4 brothers, and so it's yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Another round for the table?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Did
you just do a shot for each brother?
Shall I bring more?
I win. I win.
Is there like you won that one? Is there like a bottle you can just bring maybe?
Yes. I'll bring our finest.
Well, bring 2. We'll see who can finish it first.
Okay. Did she?
Dakota. Thank you for coming into our firm. We're excited to have you here today. Interview at Deloitte, and welcome in. Nice to meet you.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, that's pretty firm, isn't it?
That's a firm. I like a woman with a firm handshake.
Is that the firmest handshake you felt?
It is. I'm starting to get a little lightheaded.
I hear you. Okay, sorry.
Oh wow.
Ask me any question. I will answer the best question the best way.
Yeah, okay. What was your favorite course that you took in college?
Well, have you ever done bowling? There was this exercise class we had to take. I got a perfect score.
Wow.
Ask me another question. That one was just, I wasn't ready for that one. It's like a warm-up.
I already knew a lot about that. I do see you.
How about you ask a question and then we both answer it, and whoever has the best answer gets your job.
Oh, that's an unusual request, but I'm a confident.
Ori, stay. Madam President, you can't solve all your problems by challenging the president of Russia to lawn darts. It just doesn't work like that. And yes, you beat him before, but it doesn't seem to be working on the world stage.
So you're saying I need to challenge him with something that he will accept on the world stage?
Yes, like economics.
What?
You know, it's like real life Monopoly.
How about push-ups? What if we just each do push-ups, and then whoever's left standing or planking doing a push-up gets the next big contract for war?
I mean,
Ori, stay. So you're saying you want to arm wrestle to be the god of heaven?
What are you, a pussy?
Scene.
The coolest Thanksgiving that I have ever been to was my first Oregon Thanksgiving. And I grew up in Mexico. My stepmom has 10 siblings. Like every single Christmas is met by yelling of one side of the family to the other side of the family, and they all have teams, and they always remember fights from when they were like 10, and they were like, oh yeah, because you took that thermos. And like, it just gets drunker and drunker. And so my first Thanksgiving here in Oregon, I went to my Mormon girlfriend's family, and I have never experienced the calmness that is Mormon Thanksgiving. We had it 2 days, and because it's food oriented, because there was no alcohol. You have a soup and dessert day, and then the other day you actually have the rest of the food and leftover pie. Which, why would you have leftover pie? And it was 20 of us sitting in a circle, and we all decided to they decided to play this game that they play every holiday, where they come up with a category.
Whoa, honey, hope you're ready for a good old Thanksgiving. We're gonna be showing Bigfoot for dinner.
Oh boy, I can't wait. This is gonna be the most exotic hunt yet.
You betcha. We're gonna go out bare feet. We're gonna be trekking through those rivers,
Looking for those traces.
Yeah, sniffing those tracks, just like our Pacific Northwestern forefathers would have wanted for us as well.
I don't mean to interrupt this beautiful father-son moment, but do you think that maybe I should stay home? It's my first Thanksgiving with your family, and Robert, and I don't know if I'm gonna fit in.
I feel like this is tradition, and it's what he wants. So just stick along for the ride and see what you think.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm getting myself into either, but
you don't do this every year?
well, it's more he does it every year, and I try to keep things in check every year and make sure nobody dies.
Oh yes, that's my boy, making sure we're staying alive and that we're fighting a good fight. Your girl seems pretty strong there, Robert. I'm proud you're bringing her along this Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Pa. It's definitely not because I was scared.
Scene wipe. Oh, my friends, my family, thank you for this tradition of our Bigfoot quiet family feast. As you know, this is day 2, where we actually eat some meat and vegetables that we've grown all year, and any leftover food that we might have had from yesterday, those sweet desserts. I just am so happy that you all could join us for just a nice, pleasant Thanksgiving feast. We have so much to be thankful for. We've once again evaded the humans. They're gone. What? Did somebody hear something? Is that?
I was just applauding.
No,
Oh, thank you. Yes.
we approve.
I have a question for the patriarch.
Yes, of course. Jonathan.
When we honor Bigfoot by doing our family Bigfoot foot rub, may I use Robert's new girlfriend?
Of course, if Robert and Robert's new girlfriend are okay with that.
Blast him, son! Blast him!
I can't.
Damn it, Robert!
We are a friendly family, just having a feast.
Let us pray.
Yes, let us join hands and pray.
Robert,
they seem nice.
Jonathan, join hands with us, Jonathan.
But I'm
if this is the end.
So hungry.
Well, we already got almost everyone here. We could just join.
Yeah.
Pa, would you be willing to maybe mend some bridges with your trauma with Bigfoot, and we
all
would
about
like
this season.
We would like to accept your invitation that I think I heard, and join you.
I'll put down my rifle.
Daddy,
yeah?
can we pray for the leftover pie? Because I don't see it anywhere. And you promised there'd be leftover pumpkin pie.
There There's no leftover pumpkin pie.
There's no pie. I mean,
Uh,
what do you guys eat it on day one? Damn it.
Dean.
Have you ever thought about how dumb people are in scare movies? Every person in a scare movie, you know, like they hear noise and suddenly they're like, oh my God, let's turn off the lights. Instead of turning the lights back on or anything, like you have hunters or people with guns in scary movies and they don't carry them with them. They're like, put it down where the ghost can obviously get it. And like I say all of these things as if I could survive a haunting. I'm like flickering lights and I'm like, I'll call my boyfriend. I'm like, can I stay over at your house? Like I'm not here for this. Like I don't do the scary thing. I don't live in older homes. I think when I was a kid, my dad told me that in his house, he one time saw his mother and I lived, like my room was her old room. And I started panicking because there was a picture of my grandmother who everyone said that I looked like her in my bedroom.
Okay. Come on, people. We need to make this movie and we need to make it scary. I want some serious frights, like pure scared straight to the bone horror. I'm thinking gore, thinking guts spilled all over. My two leads, you know, you pretty lady, you have to survive till the end because you're the prettiest face and we make the most money off of you.
Thank you.
And you shirtless guy, make sure that shirt stays off, okay, baby? Abs are scary
I was
nowadays.
thinking, what if, as I'm like looking direct to camera, like blood starts coming out of my eyes?
Ooh, yes, just yeah.
But like, it doesn't
scary.
ruin my makeup. It's just like it almost makes me somehow prettier.
Yeah, it's like you're bleeding beauty.
I wanted to say I'm sorry I'm late, and I really hope that doesn't affect how you cast me in the movie and my role. It won't ever happen again.
Well, you know, we can find something for you. I mean, these two, they get the best roles. I guess you could be like the like skeleton in the closet. Broom closet or something. Maybe like a hand under the couch.
Maybe I was thinking maybe like third person to die, or third to the last. You know, good things in threes.
You think are you funny? Because maybe we could do that if you can get some jokes out. But
how about I stand like in front of a mirror naked and then like what I see reflected back to me is just like a slightly hotter but still older version of myself, and it's like, is that death?
I think that sounds good for the deleted scenes.
Yeah, we'll make it the bonus scenes more and more.
But it doesn't have to be in the movie.
That way we can sell both a censored version and an uncensored version. I like it. I like what you're thinking, Ben.
No, actually, looking at the script, it looks like I'm only in the extended edition.
Yeah, we had to cut some scenes and do the magic, and then we needed stuff for the end. So, guess your scenes got put in there. Thanks for making those. You really contributed.
Hey, sorry I'm late. I'm for the Twitter social justice warrior cut, and I'm here to help tackle the scariest thing that's going on in our country, which is fragile masculinity.
Yes, finally. This is what we've been waiting for. All right, get in next to Ab Guy. You'll go great together. I want to see.
Hey, Ab Guy.
Great scene.
Just to be clear, my masculinity is not fragile at all. It's like rock solid.
Oh, really? What if I like caress your
mine's
abs?
not fragile either. You can do a picture with me.
Don't touch me.
Yeah, same.
Oh, sorry. I'm late too. I'm a vegan.
But he's just late.
Yeah, I was having a natural quinoa salad, and yeah, it was delicious. But my contingency, you know, the people I represent out on social media want to know that whenever someone gets killed in the film, that like they're okay with it. It's a consensual. It's a vegan murder, if you will.
I mean, I don't want to get killed, so then you can't kill me if you're vegan.
Oh, that's good. She's got a point. Maybe she could be the secret at the end. She's the killer all along. It was the vegan. You never suspected. You there. You were late.
Hey, sorry I'm late. I'm the representative the studio sent over from the NRA cut. And we just want to make sure that it's okay that on NRA cut, we're going to just edit over all the knives and just make those guns.
Ooh,
I really think this
honestly,
is going to skyrocket gun sales.
It adds to the fright. What's scarier than a gun?
Maybe we could even make the bad guy a gun.
Ooh, I like that. Ab guy, what do you think? You thinking you'd like to be a gun pretty girl? You get to scare her a little bit.
Like, just you're gonna digitally replace me with a gun?
We'll do mocap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll do mocap so we can see all of you.
It'll be the scariest thing you've ever seen.
And game. That was long form improv for all of you. Good job, everyone. Great job. Chat, we're going to take like a quick little intermission. It'll be like 5 minutes tops. I will do my best to entertain you. These improvisers, they need to go, take a drink of water or something. Maybe urinate in the bathroom like you're in your bathroom. But as they're doing that, if you guys would start giving me like something that you would just find in the trunk of your car in the chat, that would be super helpful for me. It's just for our next game, they're going to take this break and then they're going to get all like rusty again. And so we'll need to warm them back up. And it's a classic game that you probably remember. In the trunk. I'm sorry. I told you my IQ was low and I'm not smart enough to type and talk at the same time. Normally when I do these little intermissions, I try to give you some hot tips. And I'm going to keep up with that trend with everything that I have going on in here. Let me just find something that we can talk with. This pandemic's been rough on all of us, right? I think that's something we can all agree with. And pre-pandemic, I kind of used to be, and this is embarrassing to admit, but I was a little bit of like a alcohol snob, okay? Like I enjoyed more expensive wines. I liked more top shelf alcohol. And then I realized as the pandemic went on and, times got harder, that maybe that's not as important. And so I'm going to encourage all of you that next time you're out and about and you're like, I need something to help me get through this lonely holiday season because I can't go see grandma without maybe killing her, to look at things like Top Box Cabernet Sauvignon. This is 4 bottles of wine. You know how much it costs? $12. Okay. That's $12 as opposed to, I don't know, previously 4 bottles of wine might have cost you $30 each. And that is more than $12. 30 times 4, that's $120. We have saved you a lot of money based on that. So just think about things like that moving forward. Like there are so many things that you can cut corners on and save money, like Winco. Did you guys know Winco existed before this? I certainly didn't, but I do now. Just kidding. I knew Winco existed. It's a place that you should go at 1 a.m. because then you have less chance of getting COVID.
Dakota?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm doing great. Couldn't you tell by the gray hair I had earlier and the snuggie?
Yeah, it's since it's just you and me and nobody else.
There's no one else. There's nobody
else. I just want to say maybe you should cut back a little bit on the wine and on the 1 a.m.
Winco runs?
Wine runs.
Well, they're mostly just food runs. I don't think they sell alcohol past like midnight or something.
Right.
Oh, Brian.
Hey, Dakota. Yeah. Just as it's just you and me.
Right.
I don't think anyone else is on the call, right? I'm just seeing you.
Yeah, no, it's just me.
I just wanted to let you know that I think you should like really lean into the wine and maybe do more 1 a.m. wine runs.
Maybe like 11:59, so they'll still sell me wine. But okay, yeah.
Yeah, and like maybe go to multiple.
Dakota?
Yeah, Sarah and
Dakota.
Orianna. Yeah.
Oh,
Scott?
I just I wanted to call.
Yeah,
You know, just you and me.
It's just
Yeah.
you and me. Mm-hmm.
Glad to hear it, because
Mhm.
you know, I think you called me about your diarrhea problem, and I think it's because of the wine you've been drinking lately.
Interesting. I thought it was because of the Crohn's, but sure, okay.
Yeah, I just want to let you know that like that diarrhea
Uh-huh.
is probably because of all the wine.
It's directly related to wine. Interesting. Okay.
Dakota, I just wanted to let you know.
Oh, Jason.
I got that camouflage Snuggie that you wanted. Yeah, so whenever I see you again, I'll give that to you.
Yeah, it might be best to just like mail it at this point. You know, we don't know when this thing's over, and I just feel like I could hide from people in my house if I have a camouflage Snuggie.
Hey, Dakota.
Oh, Mike. Yeah, just you and me.
Just you and me, right?
Yeah, hit me with it.
I got a call from Winco. They said that you've been coming in at like 1 o'clock in the morning wearing a camouflage Snuggie, trying to slip bottles of wine into your pockets. Is that?
Well, I mean, to be fair, they were boxes, not bottles. But yeah, I thought that with the camouflage, they couldn't see that it was.
Yeah, and I kind of assumed that. The concern was that you weren't wearing anything under the bathrobe and things were kind of slipping out, and it wasn't the wine in the pockets.
Wait, are you saying that because... Oh, I've made a huge mistake. I didn't think that because Snuggies don't have backs. I did not wear anything under my... Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, that's a problem. Cool. Thanks for just letting you and me know.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I think that apparently is my last call. I was expecting more calls, but that's fine. Well, guys, I hope this has been informative, not only for me, but for you. Get boxes of wine at Winco, or don't. It's up to you. We all have to deal with this in the way that we know. But we're back, and that's right. They were gone for seconds, but now they're back, and we are going to play a game that you all know and love. It's called 185. That's right. It's a joke-telling game, and it's a formula that goes like this. 185 blanks walk into a bar. The bartender says, sorry, we don't serve blanks here. And then the blanks are going to say a great punchline. So if it was 185 staplers walk into a bar and the bartender said, sorry, we don't serve staplers here, the staplers would say, oh, but how are you going to hold this place together? Ha ha ha. Get it? Because staples hold things together. So for our first suggestion, it's going to be first aid kits. That's right. 185 first aid kits walk into a bar.
185 first aid kits walk into the bar, and bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve first aid kits. And the first aid kits say, ouch.
185 first aid kits walk into the bar, and the bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve first aid kits here. And the first aid kit says, oh, don't worry, I'm the Band-Aid.
185 first aid kits walk into the bar. A bartender says, we don't serve first aid kits here. And the first aid kits just say, hey, you know, it's probably for the best. I should go home and patch things up with the wife.
185 first aid kits walk into a bar. The bartender says, we don't serve first aid kits here. First aid kits pull out a switchblade. They stab the bartender and they're like, what about now? What about now?
185 first aid kits walk into a bar. The bartender says, we don't serve first aid kits here. And they just say, it's fine, we'll treat ourselves.
185 first aid kits walk into a bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve first aid kits. And the first aid kits say, we've brought our own alcohol.
185 first aid kits walk into the bar. Bartender's like, we don't serve first aid kits here. And the first aid kits are like, there's no bandage that will heal this wound in my heart.
185 first aid kits walk in the bar. Bartender says, we don't serve first aid kits here. And the first aid kits say, bar fight! Suit yourself and walk out.
185 first aid kits walk into a bar. The bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve first aid kits here. The first aid kits, a bit sad all together, say, oh man, it's a lost cause.
185 first aid kits walk into the bar, and the bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve first aid kits here. And the 185 first aid kits say, I'm sorry, we were just looking for maybe something on ice, maybe a couple of wraps.
that was first aid kits. For your next suggestion, everyone, it's just going to be 185 broken umbrellas. That's right, 185 broken umbrellas walk into a bar.
185 broken umbrellas walk into the bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't allow broken umbrellas into this bar. And the broken umbrellas say, oh, it's because is my tag on the outside? What?
185 broken umbrellas walk into a bar. The bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve broken umbrellas here. The broken umbrellas are like, man, I bet we could flip you.
185 broken umbrellas walking in the bar. Bartender says, we don't serve broken umbrellas here. And the broken umbrellas say, well, it's already leaky inside here.
185 broken umbrellas walk into the bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve broken umbrellas. And the broken umbrellas say, fuck, it can get any worse.
And that was broken umbrellas. 185 3D printers walk into a bar. That's right, 185 3D printers.
185 3D printers walk into a bar. The bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve 3D printers here. The 3D printers are like, all right, bro, we'll just go home and do some polylactic acid.
185 3D printers walk into the bar. Bartender's like, we don't serve 3D printers here. And the 3D printers are like, fine, we'll just print our own bar.
185 3D printers walk into the bar. Bartender says, hey, get out of here. We don't serve 3D printers. And the 3D printers say. And 3 hours later, they walk away.
185 3D printers walk into the bar. The bartender says, we don't serve 3D printers here. And the 3D printers say, did you know you can 3D print a gun?
185 3D printers walk in the bar. Bartender says, we don't serve 3D printers here. So the 3D printers stand outside the restaurant and block the entrance because they're so big and just don't let any other customers in.
And that was 3D printers. For our last suggestion, we are going to say 185 Pikachus walk into a bar. That's right, Pikachu, we choose you. 185 Pikachus.
185 Pikachus walk into a bar. The bartender says, we don't serve Pikachus here. And the Pikachus just said, Pika, 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 Pika.
185 Pikachus walk into the bar and bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve Pikachus here. And the Pikachus say, shocking.
185 Pikachus walk into a bar. The bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve Pikachus here. The Pikachus are like, man, you can't Pikachu's your clientele.
185 Pikachus walk into a bar. The bartender says, get out. We don't serve Pikachus here. And the Pikachu said, oh, what a pain in my ass.
185 Pikachus walk in the bar. Bartender says, we don't serve Pikachus here. And the Pikachus say, no, I swear I'm 21. Look at my look at my Pokédex.
185 Pikachus walk into a bar. The bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve Pikachus here. The Pikachus say, come on, man, we could write you a really good Yelp review.
We're going to top that. So that was Pikachu. We're going to do one more, but before we do our last one, chat, if you could tell me your favorite place that you used to go pre-COVID, that would be super helpful. That's right, just down there in that chat box. Just tell us where you used to like to go before COVID. And our last suggestion is going to be Fred Flintstone. That's right, 185 Fred Flintstones walk into a bar.
185 Fred Flintstones walk into the bar and bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve Fred Flintstones here. And the Fred Flintstones say, Wilma! Let's go home.
185 Fred Flintstones walk into the bar. Bartender's like, we don't serve Fred Flintstones here. And the Fred Flintstones are like, man, do you know how hard it is to do a U-turn in these things?
185 Fred Flintstones walk into a bar. The bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve Fred Flintstones here. The Fred Flintstone looks down, observes himself, and says, I understand. No shoes, no service.
185 Fred Flintstones walk in the bar. Bartender says, we don't serve Fred Flintstones here. And Fred Flintstone says, man, I guess this is rock bottom.
185 Fred Flintstone vitamins walk into a bar, and the bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve Fred Flintstone vitamins here. And the Fred Flintstone vitamin says, bite me.
185 Fred Flintstones try to walk into the bar, but the bouncer stopped them at the door and said, yabba dabba don't.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was 185. Whew. And I just shrunk a whole bunch. Thank you so much for your suggestions. We're going to play another game. I don't know if we've played this one for other people before, but it is called Follow the Lever. That's right. So you're going to see a scene start off with two people, and one of those people is going to find a reason to leave the scene, and then we are going to follow that person that left the scene and watch and see just how crazy and what type of web game we can play. So for this scene, our suggestion is going to be based on several people saying it. I think we're up to like 3 or 4. Your suggestion is going to be the Majestic Theater. That's right, we miss being there too. So this is Follow the Lever, inspired by the Majestic Theater. On your mark, get set, go.
Romeo! Oh, Romeo! What for art thou, Romeo?
All right, stop right there, stop. That was fantastic. That was phenomenal. You're the best Juliet that we've ever had. That is fantastic. I'm just so sad that you're just a stand-in. I'm sorry. As the assistant director, there's not much I can do about casting.
I mean, yeah, until like, it's kind of like an understudy almost, right? Like, you know, if something were to happen to the main person.
That is correct.
My beautiful talents would be
Right. Only if in the really unusual circumstance that the lead were to somehow, I don't know, fall ill or fall overall, that you would actually...
If you will.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yes, maybe, perhaps if it was like a Hamlet tragedy of sorts, it could play off, but...
You're doing that thing again where you're just thinking out loud and you're just saying what you think and not thinking it through.
Yes, you know, just part of the theatrical lifestyle.
I'm sorry, guys, but it's time to clean up the stage. I need to sweep. You guys need to go.
Okay. Why don't
the sun must set upon us this day, and I must begin anew.
Beautiful. Go ahead and take off your costume. Go down to the costume room and I'll clean up out here. Go ahead and go.
I'll go.
How'd it go out there?
It was amazing. It was, you know, all I could have ever dreamed of.
Yeah, you think they were impressed with you?
Yeah, I really felt like I clicked with the director, or the assistant director, but you know, she's still got some leverage in there.
Yeah, well, tell you what, $1,000, I'll make all your dreams come true. It will be a happy accident. They, you know, get a little push.
Well, I prefer somewhat tragic happy accidents. You know, it's kind of more my style. If you could throw in some romance in there, that'd be great.
Oh, we're looking for some theatrics here.
Oh, yeah, quite. I'm looking for maybe Hamletesque, where if everyone else died but me, that would be ideal.
I'm not a hitman who just hangs around a theater for no reason. I would love to do some theatrics in my line of work.
Yeah, do you know some guys that like some stage men that could fix something up?
Yes. Oh, I believe we could have quite the crew. Let me go. I'll assemble them. All right, we have quite the score, us hitmen here. because not only do we have a mark, but we have a request on how it's done, and it's in a very theatrical manner. So we're gonna build up a whole set, and I'm thinking.
Listen, little man, Oleg only do this one way: gun or not at all.
Well, that's two ways, but sorry, I don't want to cross you. I just maybe we could like use the gun after we kill them the other way, just for like insurance purposes. I know the insurance company hates when we don't actually finish the job, so.
What say you, comrades?
Georg likes using knife.
Knife is good. Not as good as gun, but acceptable.
Very artistic.
These are all very like primitive views of killing. You know, they're not. Where's the drama?
I resent that remark.
We should use poison like Mother Russia does nowadays.
Poison's in a better vein. I feel like, you know, there's something there. Romeo and Juliet itself, there's the poison. So I think we're talking.
Poison is coward's weapon. I don't.
You know what?
All imagination.
You know what? I think we'll stick to the Romeo and Juliet. Just have the knife person go and stab them.
First, we need smoke break.
They do poison in Romeo and Juliet, you illiterates.
Yes. You smoke?
Yes, comrade is right. We need smoke break. We need to discuss this plan.
Vodka break too.
Oh, yes.
Oh, hey, are you all smoking too? I came out here, let me just tell you everything that's been going on with me. I don't know any of you, but I just got cast as Romeo in this whole thing, and it's just crazy, you know? Just so crazy. Anyway.
If you were to rewrite Romeo and Juliet, how would you have them die at the end? What's his best way?
Well, I do love the poison idea, but it's just like so outdated, you know? Like, maybe just like stab them with a knife or something. That seems like more modern. I don't really know why.
You know what is more modern than a knife is a gun. More efficient to, long range.
Yeah, but just like anybody can buy a gun now. Who has a knife still?
You are right. It is very difficult to buy a knife in this country.
Yeah, it really is.
But who has poison now?
Well, I mean, everybody has bleach.
The bleach make you sick. It do not.
But it's poison to our environment, baby.
Yes, right. We must be environmentally conscious.
Excuse me, Romeo. Is this one of the people we are supposed to kill?
Yes, I think he is mine. He prefers the knife.
Just use the knife on him now.
Yes, I kill him now.
Scene!
Oh, like scene. Orianna took. Yeah, great. Good job, Orianna. I heard your striking voice, and it was like, oh yeah, I am in this scene. I can't call it, I guess. So yeah, that was Follow the Lever. So now we are going to go back and do a little bit more long form, like you saw earlier, with something that's called a herald, which means Irene's going to be back, and they're going to do a great little monologue for you. And then you're going to see 3 scenes based on that monologue, and then like a big scene, and then we'll revisit those 3 scenes again, and then there'll be like a big scene that doesn't necessarily involve all those scenes, and then we'll see those 3 scenes again, maybe, or they'll all meet together. It's going to be a lot of magic. It's hard to explain. You'll get it when you see it, I hope. Irene, the question for the suggestion was, what's something that your grandma always says? And the quote that I'm going to take is, I'm praying for you. Irene, I want you to take that as you will. It spoke deeply to me. I hope it speaks just as deeply to you. And this is called a herald. Au revoir. Oh, God.
I grew up in big cities, specifically huge cities that had millions and millions of people in them. And I moved to Corvallis, and I remember driving down I-5 and just going from like the redwoods and it's gorgeous. And then you hit Willamette Valley and there's nothing and there's farmlands. And the first time I ever walked through downtown Corvallis, it smelled like cow manure. And I now have come to know that it's only 1 week that it really smells like that. And apparently it's the same week that my into to Oregon State, like their entry stuff was. And so my original idea of Corvallis, it was specifically about manure, and I have never been around farm animals. So 1 year I decided to go to Benton County Fairgrounds, and all the fairgrounds that I've ever been to are actual like Disneyland. Like that's the fairgrounds we have in California. And so my best friend and I decided to go, and we.
Sarah, let me finish.
Baby. Oh. Baby, I brought you here, you know, because it's where we had our first date. You know, I'm sure you smell it already, but the agriculture farm. You know, we met here when we studied together.
Mm-hmm.
And now I brought you right when it was ripe, and they just they just fed all the livestock, and it's fresh and ripe. Just how I remember you digging through, looking all cute in those knee-high boots covered in manure.
Yeah. I did dress up in a cocktail dress. Because you did not tell me that this is where we're really going, but I guess it's worth it if by the end of the night somebody ends up on one knee and just changes our lives forever with one simple question.
Oh yes, babe. You know, this will be a life-changing date. You know, I know we've been together 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like it's a lot of good time for reliving things and seeing how we've, you know, grown as people, you know, especially together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've come so far since stepping in shit. It's so amazing to see someone grow.
Yep, and it's so amazing when someone guesses really correctly what size things are, like just like the size of like fingers or something, or like sizes of like diamonds.
Yeah, I got the perfect size cow for you. You know how you can put your hand in the stomach of a cow? I made sure they had the right size for you because, you know, I know your hands are a bit smaller than normal, honey. Don't even worry. I considered all the factors. Got the finger size in check, babe.
Okay.
Just for you.
Great. So, anyway, any champagne or anything to celebrate after we put her hands through the cow's stomach?
Yeah, I got us some food court nachos. They're already getting a bit cold, but, you know, because I got them from the food court. But, you know, just like we used to when we were poor and, like, couldn't afford to eat anything but just nachos and fake cheese all day. It was so, you know, the hard days. Like, back in the day when we were young and, like, had to struggle so hard to get to where we are now, which is a lot better. Babe.
Yeah.
Sweet. I don't understand the reasoning of mom dies and then we move to Alaska. It just doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah. What, dad's sad, so he wants to isolate so nobody sees his sad feelings? That's so lame.
Right.
I don't want to. There's 4 other kids in my class, in my grade. 4.
Right. Isolate's not even spelled with a C. Fucking dumbass.
How are we gonna live out here? You know, I'm used to the city, you know, with so many other people, and like nobody remembers who I am.
Yeah, that the just anonymousness of being able to put in my headphones and ignore. But now, you know, our 2 neighbors are always harassing me when I'm walking home.
I know. And we have to walk by them every day, and we're the only people they ever see, so they want to talk to us. I like it when there's so many people that nobody wants to talk to you.
I'm glad we're on the same page about this. Like, and like, what's he doing when he got here? Like, a tree farm? Like, really?
It seems like it's going to take so long to get off the ground. I mean, how long do trees take to grow? Like 2 years?
Right. And then all the ones he's planted have just died. I'm so tired of spending my weekends planting trees in Alaska.
I'd go back to the city in a heartbeat. I just wish we weren't stuck here with our dad.
Maybe we aren't.
Are you suggesting we run away?
Well, I don't want to run through Canada, but maybe we could like get a bus or like a float plane.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think running away means actually just running the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll rough it through Canada. I hear it's awful there, and then we can find ourselves back in the United States and live in a city there.
Right, but I don't want to go back to Austin. Like, what city should we?
Well,
maybe LA.
I've heard good things about LA.
Warm there.
Ontario.
Sweet. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Stevenson, welcome to Lansport. I am Mayor John. And we've been trying so hard to get everybody from the city to move down to our quaint little town. I just wanted to prove to you we have everything you love. Now, tell me your favorite things of the city.
Oh, I love artisanal bagels.
Yeah, my husband does love artisanal bagels. I'm more of like what are those things where you open up eggs and then you use, I don't really know how the people in our house do it, but they like somehow make the eggs like not look like two different parts. It's all one part.
Of course we can. I'm sure we could find an egg splitter here and bagels.
An egg splitter, honey.
We've got white bread. We could probably mold that into a circle for you. Would that work?
Okay, wait. So you have white bread and you're gonna split the eggs? Honey, do I like my eggs split or do I like them like mixed together more?
But like hand folded by first-time chefs with
someone with like delicate hands that knows how to like fold them and massage my eggs.
Well, our Denny's has the best chef. A
Denny?
I'm sure they could scramble up some eggs that you'd love. Food aside, we got great food. I'm telling you, you're gonna love the food when you explore all two of the places here.
Okay.
You'll find something on the menu.
Okay. Now, this is Denny's. How many Michelin stars does Denny have?
That's it. That's it. I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it. I am gonna move to a town of 100 people.
No. Don't do it.
Don't
do not.
Don't.
What about all your friends at home?
Look at you. We're all on Zoom. We can just keep doing this. I don't need y'all.
No.
But if you live with 100 people, everybody's gonna know your secrets.
That's good. I'm living like a truer life, and it's actually exactly what I'm looking for. It's just to be more authentic.
Well, move to a town of 100 people, you probably won't be able to buy alcohol on Sundays.
That's, I'm going to have to learn how to do my own alcohol. Hello, moonshine. Huh?
If you move to a smaller town, they're not going to have a Target.
That is, online shopping saves everything, right?
Well, you see, if you move to a tiny town, Amazon might not even deliver there.
Well, I'm just going to have to get really acquainted to the small town charm and the small town shops, and I'm just going to, like I said, live a more authentic life.
Have you ever considered that maybe only 100 people live there because it's a shitty place to live?
Maybe it's because it's probably like an undiscovered gem.
Sweetie, if you move to a town of 100 people, how are you going to keep going to sex parties?
Easy. It's just going to be the same, like, I don't know, 4 of us over and over again.
And you think they're going to look good?
They might.
You can't do it. You can't move to a town of 100. What if they're all racist?
I didn't think about that. They might all be racist.
Yeah.
Every single one.
It's likely.
Okay, you're right. I won't do it. I won't move to a town of 100 people. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we're here again.
Yes, it's been a couple more years, and I thought to shake it up, I'd bring it back to the old manure farms, where we had spent that lovely aggro class with our lovely child, Demetrius.
I am Demetrius. I don't know why I introduce myself every time someone says my name, but
he's always doing that.
Mommy said I was special.
Yeah. Sweetheart, when I told you that I'm ovulating, I thought that meant that, like, you and I could have a special time together, and then you packed Demetrius into the car, blindfolded me, and brought me here. And I knew by the smell of it, we were back.
I know, yeah. I just thought I'd surprise you by saying, welcome to our new home. I bought out the barn so that we could start our new family life here, on the farm and get really connected. Demetrius, you look so happy, my son.
I'm Demetrius, hi. And I'm so excited for us to live in a barn because you always ask me if I live in a barn when I don't close doors. And this is like really exciting for Demetrius.
Yeah, you really don't need to talk about yourself in the third person. We've talked about this, sweetie.
Demetrius hears you, and he's so excited.
Honey, I just felt this was a good way to move our family to the next level, I know.
Especially if you're ovulating, Mom, this is now the perfect time for Dad to help you make Demetrius another sibling. Because you know how the last one didn't work out, and Demetrius accidentally,
Well, if your father and I could have a somewhat private conversation out here in the open, I'm starting to think that the reason we have such a weird child is because he was also conceived on this land.
Demetrius heard the weird child comment, and he's going to take it as a compliment.
Sweet. So, hey, sis, thanks again for getting me this job at Dank Medicine, LA.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you seemed quite fitting for the job, so.
Thanks.
Very qualified. Really qualified. Like maybe talk about other things at family dinner qualified. But anyways, now that you have the job, and we'll probably hear more about it, are you nervous?
No. I mean, I come from a long line of tree workers, not nervous at all. And really, everyone who comes in here is super low energy, so that's a plus.
Yeah, I agree. Now, now show me your face like you just clocked in, and that's how you want to represent our company, like that. You look like a deer.
Sis, this is how I look. This is how I look.
Yeah. Well, stop looking. I've always wanted to say it. Just stop looking like that, and maybe.
You're not even gonna bring it up, huh? Dad died last week. A tree fell on him.
Yeah. He never watched the safety videos, so I guess we need to carry on the family tradition.
I think we should go back to Alaska.
Hey, I know you guys are having like a moment, but can I get my oxy, please?
This is dank medicine, not fucking kill you medicine.
God damn it.
Sweet. I mean, we'll do anything. to get you to be citizens of our little town. I mean, I stayed up all night making you these macaroons, and I even spent like 4 hours learning how to make the split egg thing.
And this is the farmers market you threw together for us?
Yeah, I mean, we've got both Farmer John and Denny over there, and they hate each other. It took me everything to get them to come out here and stand next to each other.
Okay, can you explain to me what they're calling? So I've never heard of this before. They're called cow pies. Now, is that something that I have to bake first, or are they pre-baked? Is this like what is this?
I implore you not to purchase a cow pie. I think he's being an asshole.
Oh, sweetie, are assholes? I mean, this is just like, if there's assholes here, we know how to deal with that. We're from LA. We get that.
We've got tons of assholes.
Oh my God. Like, how many people, like percentage wise, how many people of this town are assholes? Mr. Stevenson and I would love to know.
Well, Larry down at the general store
Mm-hmm.
didn't give me a refund this one time that I bought a dented can for him.
Oh.
You bought a deformed product and he wouldn't give you your money back?
Yeah. What an asshole.
Did you say you have to give a refund? Everyone takes everything back? That's why we go back to you?
Yeah. I keyed his car too.
Oh.
So wait, does everyone in this town like hate each other?
Yes.
Would you mind if we tried out the the parlay, the local parlay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screw you! Why are you looking at me like that, Jagoff?
Yeah, you're stupid and your cow pies don't even taste good.
Yeah. Jerks. Yeah, see, we're all very angry and mean here, and not neighborly at all.
So tell me, like, the house that's available, does it have at least 7 living rooms?
Living room. I guess you live in every room, so yeah, 7 living rooms.
And is there like a mouthy doorman we could insult?
Scene. Gather round, executives. We are here, as you know, in the memo, to come up with the next show about a small town. Now, I know that Patrick here went to a small town once, and so he has the floor now. Please explain what's the next big show we're going to put on.
Yes, thank you. There are these towns that when you go to them, the scariest thing is there's not even a target around. No targets. Can you believe? Like,
Positively delightful.
Very fun.
This is so silly. Like, that's just unbelievable.
It is.
And they say that they have to drive hour and a half to get to store that sells clothes.
Oh, they don't even have public transportation. Jolene, you said in the memo that you had an idea.
Yeah. Jolene.
Oh yes. I had an idea for a catfishing for the small town where they all date each other and find out they are related. Because it is so small, they cannot tell apart their relations. Oh, it's enough to make you cry.
That is silly.
They drive an hour and a half just to screw their cousin. That's hilarious. Hilarious.
Imagine the Tinder.
Does anybody else have an idea for? Yes.
Oh, I have something.
Yes.
I thought maybe a fun show would be, showing a farming family having trouble in the modern economy, can't even make ends meet because their profits aren't cropped up.
Oh, I know. What if they get the crop loan 2 months too late and then they can't fertilize their crop in time?
And then they lose the house.
They lose the house!
They lose the house.
Oh, wait, it's a house they've had as a family for 55 years.
Oh.
Unless anybody has a better idea, that is what we are going with.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I was thinking, I was taking some notes that what we ought to do is take this idea and put it on Shark Tank. And then what we can do is people can come out with their ideas. We can sell lots of advertisements, and then people can pay us to come up with their own names, and we'll get paid for it.
So we're like the small town.
Maybe it's just the Shark Tank. It smells really bad.
Oh, that's it.
That's it. Meeting adjourned.
Oh, honey, you were gone too soon. You died in the great name on our beautiful farm, and we're holding this open casket for you, my dear. I knew you would have wanted to be buried on this beautiful farm. You know, I know you led a second life where you were dancing and living the quote-unquote nightlife and, you know, living your best life or whatever you would say. But I truly knew you loved us, the family, Demetrius, wherever that scamp is. And, you know, I always knew you loved the farm. You wanted to be buried in this shit.
Look, it's a small town funeral.
Sweetie, this is so funny. Wait. Let me guess. She died from a farming accident?
And they spent their whole life savings on this event. Oh.
She did. She died in a tractor accident.
I again want to apologize that I ran her over with the tractor. Quite tragic.
Such a funny way to die.
Yeah, I'm glad you could come to, you know, she would have wanted you at the funeral to make amends for running her over with that tractor.
Very nice.
Please forgive me.
You know, I think anyone can be forgiven in the name of manure.
Hi, you, sir that's been talking a lot. This is really funny. We love this. Can you get me another vodka tonic, please?
I have some RBG Kush.
You know, it's what she wanted. She would have wanted everyone to be shit-faced here. Just take some drinks. They're infused with our manure moonshine. Don't ask what's in them.
I had some of that when I was driving the tractor.
Okay, like this is something new and exciting.
That makes
baby.
sense.
Smells strong.
Okay, so I'm getting some earthy vibes.
I wish I could hear her voice and just hear how she'd react to this funeral in any capacity, you know, just because I know it's what she would have wanted, but I'd like to hear the admiration. I'm just speaking out loud because I'm very sad over the mourning of my wife.
Of course, but you know, so like in LA, when we lived in LA, we were psychic mediums. Do you want us to like do our chant over her and see if that like brings back like her last scream so you can like laugh to it one more time?
That's exactly what I would need. You know, it's fate that you guys had stumbled upon this small town funeral today.
Well,
thank you.
We're thinking about moving here. Okay, sweetie. So we got to do the chant. Don't forget to do the stars with your fingers right over her face. Okay, yeah, there it is. And
yes.
I
love you, sweetie.
God isn't real.
I should have never married you, and I hate our son.
Maybe we should move back to the city.
Oh.
Yeah, you're
She doesn't love it.
You know, I'm just pouring one out for the dead.
I've a lot of regrets now. I'm gonna put all my money into Demetrius. Oh God, what's he doing with all that money?
Okay.
Sorry, I'm late. Sorry, I'm just looking through the numbers.
Yeah.
After she died, we no longer qualify as a town. Now I'm just the mayor of some fucking village.
Oh.
Oh. We've already lived in the village. We didn't like that.
No, we didn't.
And scene.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for sticking around with us. That was a herald. And you know, we've loved all of your suggestions. We love that we got to be in your living rooms and bathrooms with you. And I'm scrolling through the chat, and I know all of you improvisers were so excited to be done. You know, it's 9 o'clock. You've been working so hard for an hour and a half, but there's some suggestions that we just like didn't get to. And I like had this idea, and bear with me. What if we did like just one last game? You know, like there's like, okay, pretend that like we just did a concert, and then all of these people are just out there and they're chanting like, encore, 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 encore. Get your own encore, you imbeciles. Okay, you know what? So we'll do an encore. We're gonna play. Let me see. What game should we play?
Something.
We're gonna play a game called Sex with Me. That's right. Yeah. We want to leave you on a sexy note because we're dressed sexy. Is this still legal for the Majestics?
Can't see your nips.
Side boob. Side boob.
Okay. Great. So we're gonna play a game called Sex with Me. That's right. We're gonna reuse some of these suggestions that you gave us. Sex with Me is another joke-telling game, and it goes, "Sex with me is like blank," and we'll just tell you how it is. So your first suggestion is going to be, "Sex with me is like snow tires." That's right. Sex with me is like snow tires.
Sex with me is like snow tires, a lot of friction.
Sex with me is like snow tires. There's chains involved.
Sex with me is like snow tires. You only want me around about one season of the year.
Sex with me is like snow tires. Big stud.
Sex with me is like snow tires. You can find me in the trunk of your car.
Sex with me is like snow tires. With my spare tire, there's more of me to love.
Sex with me is like snow tires. You're gonna need some help getting them off.
Sex with me is like snow tires. Hurt me all you want, baby, because I've got insurance.
Sex with me is like snow tires. Noisy.
Sex with me is like snow tires. You can play with it as long as you want, but at some point, it's got to come off.
And that was snow tires. Okay, I'm scrolling through again, as you can see, because my head's not facing the camera. Let's take a look. Sex with me is like cubicles. That's right, cubicles. Sex with me is like cubicles.
Sex with me is like cubicles. Boring.
That makes sense.
Sex with me is like cubicles. That's all you can think about at work.
Sex with me is like cubicles. I'll always be peeping at my neighbors.
Sex with me is like cubicles. Got a lot of pictures of my kids up on the walls.
Sex with me is like cubicles. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to come in on Saturday. Office space.
Sex with me is like cubicles. It's the same every single time.
And that was cubicles. This one wasn't like necessarily like a suggestion, but I think that this might just like help people, you know, with everything that's going on. So how about like sex with me is like COVID? How about that? How about it's COVID? Why doesn't my thing ever go away?
Sex with me is like COVID. I really want you to wash your hands before and after.
Sex with me is like COVID. I'll give you fever.
Sex with me is like COVID. You're more likely to get it if you don't wear PPE.
Oh, yeah.
Sex with me is like COVID. You've got no taste.
Sex with me is like COVID. Yeah, you should probably get tested.
Sex with me is like COVID. It's killed hundreds of thousands of people.
Oh my god.
Sex with me is like COVID. It's a hoax.
Sex with me is like COVID, except that you'll be safe because you'll only be within 6 feet for about 15 seconds.
Sex with me is like COVID. Dr. Fauci knows all about it.
Sex with me is like COVID. I'm 19.
Sex with me is like COVID. They call it the cum flu.
Oh,
No.
No.
Sex with me is like COVID. You won't be able to recognize anyone in the room because of all the masks.
Sex with me is like COVID. 6 people max allowed.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was COVID. And that was Sex with Me. And that was this show. Everyone, show back up. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Huge shout out to our monologist, Irene. Monlogistic Irene. Thank you so much. You did a fantastic job. Great sweater, great cat. Great job to all of you. Thank you all so much for being in the audience and giving us suggestions. We legitimately could not have done this without you because we would have just stared at each other and said, I don't know, what do you think our suggestion should be? Or we would have used like one of those weird internet word generators, and then it would have all gotten like weirdly sexual, and we would have been like, oh no, but we're so far away from each other. And nobody would have gotten off. So once again, thank you all so much. Thank you for the support. The Majestic Theater appreciates you. We appreciate you. Have a wonderful night.